The way you move changes who you become. There is something that you might not realize, and this is that your body is not separate from your identity. How you move, how you breathe, how you hold yourself, how you walk into a room, how you enter a room, and that all shapes who you believe you are. And who you believe you are shapes the life that you create. A neuroscientist, Anthony Damasio, showed that emotions are not abstract experiences floating in the mind. They are rooted in your bodily states. They're rooted in your body. Emotions are in our body. The brain will map your body, your posture, your breath, your internal tension patterns. That all feeds into your sense of self. And if your shoulders are constantly braced and your jaw is tight, your breath is shallow. Shallow breath happens when we're watching Netflix, by the way. I had a recent video on that. Your brain will register that information and it will store it. And over time, that information will become your identity. Not because you chose that to be your identity, but because your nervous system encoded that for you. Identity theory in psychology suggests that we behave in ways that are consistent with how we see ourselves. So if your body feels fragile or stiff or exhausted, you will suddenly start to organize your choices around that belief. And you will speak differently. You'll take fewer risks. You'll tolerate more than you should. I'm going to double tap on the bigger risks piece of this. And I'm getting dental work soon, so pardon me where I say risks. I can't quite say that completely because I need more teeth. I'm getting a couple implants soon, and that'll help what's happening with the lisp. I had a experience, this is just a side note, about my own personal current way that I'm navigating through this stressful period of needing to get implants is I had two teeth that were baby teeth and they lasted over 40 years. And then finally they started getting loose. And for 20 years, dentists would tell me, hey, these baby teeth do not have adult teeth in them below them. And so there's no teeth that are going to come in. And should we extract them? Would you like them extracted? And I'm like, no, 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 leave my teeth, right? I don't want to remove anything that's unnecessary. Why would I want to do that? So they lasted so many years, and I'm so lucky that they lasted until recently. And then I had them pulled, and then I got implants, and I'm in the process of that whole new teeth experience over this year. So my lisp that you'll hear in some of these videos is going to significantly improve soon, which I'm excited about. But back to this particular thing that I'm talking about is that often we will take fewer risks. Why do we take risks at all? And how can we train ourselves to take certain risks and have those risks work out for us? There's a little video that I watched recently about how to help people take risk and make sure that their nervous system adapts to it, especially after they've created an adverse relationship to risk so that they say no to most things in their life because they don't like the feeling that they get when they say yes to something that creates an unknown for them. So the way to start taking little risks again is to reward yourself when you take a small risk by acknowledging that how you felt on the other side of that risk, that it didn't completely take you out and that you did that thing and you were so concerned about it and you were worked up about sending that email or doing that presentation or calling that person, and it ended up not being a terrible thing for you, or your nervous system didn't completely change in a negative way because of it. And so, as we start to acknowledge those small things that we build up in our head, then we do. And then afterwards, if we reflect on that and we notice we didn't have that same sort of tension that we were anticipating, our brain and our brain, our body, same thing, is going to start to regulate towards taking risks again. So just wanted to double tap. I know I went off the rails a little bit there, but the deeper layer that I'm talking about is this thing I've been studying, the polyvagal theory, that teaches our nervous systems about how we can feel safe in connection. And when our nervous system is regulated, we will make eye contact more easily. Our voice has tone, it has warmth. We listen without bracing. We communicate clearly, and social bonding is easier. And bonding in itself it's physiological before it's intellectual, before it's psychological. It's just physiological. When someone says, I just don't feel confident, or I don't know why my relationships are strained, I often look at their breath and their posture and their nervous system and their tone before I start coaching them on what movement to do, because your body is broadcasting your state long before you speak. The way that you age, the standards that you hold, the relationships that you attract, all of that is influenced by how regulated and integrated your nervous system is. And this is why my clients are not chasing quick fixes. They are value aligned, they're committed to growth, they invest in permanent change. And I also want to go off the rails again, just a little bit about investment and about spending money on teaching our nervous systems to rewire. If you think about the quality of your life and the trajectory of your life, and you're looking at how the last years of your life, how much quality you're going to have, and you're saving for retirement, maybe you are retired, um, or you're looking at your future and you're thinking of budgeting. When you look at the quality of life and you think about spending 1%, not a lot, but just 1% of your net worth on learning how to feel really good in your body and how to regulate your nervous system and what movement routine would be the best movement routine for you, that's not a lot of money. It's a 1% investment for something that is really, to a large degree, a determinant of the quality of our lives as we get older. So I know I've been going off the rails of the initial intention of this video, but just in terms of investing, my clients do invest in permanent change for themselves. And because they understand that restoring the body restores their identity, their spine moves more freely and they feel more capable of risk taking, of speaking with warmth and with a delightful tone, more confident in their body. Their breath is more steady. Their voice carries differently, and their nervous systems are now changed. They feel safer, and their standards of who they're around start to rise. So when you do all those things and you do prioritize the reorganizing your nervous system and the movement and breath in your body, you start feeling completely differently, and you stop normalizing decline and thinking that with aging you're going to be in discomfort, and you start aging instead with intention. How you look and how you feel is deeply connected to your identity. It's connected to your relationships and to the life that you're creating. And the question is not, do you want less pain or less tension? The question is, who are you in your body? Who are you becoming in your body? In my breathing playlist, I have deeper breathing rituals that go into nervous system regulation. You can lie down with your knees bent and just learn about regulating your nervous system by breath. And it's going to increase your quality of relationships with communication and how you show up. So I invite you to watch it. And if you do, please notice your posture and your breath and the story your body has been telling you, because you can change that story. Thank you for being here with me. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and hit a like on this video. That would mean a lot to me. Thank you so much for being here and spending this time with me.